So our topic today is talking about down payment requirements for barndominiums. So it can vary a lot. You've got to check with each individual lender because what may be allowed or required for one lender could be completely different than another. So typically for conventional loans, what we see are down payment requirements anything from 5% down to 20, 25, or even 30%. But again, it's going to vary by individual lender. Now you can get outside of conventional loans, for example, like a VA loan, they will actually finance 100% or zero down on a barndominium construction loan, but it's highly specialized. So today we're going to talk just about conventional programs for construction financing. And we're going to focus on the 5 to 20% down. So what I'd like to do is start off with an example of, we're just going to use for a scenario that land is costing $50,000 and your barndominium construction is $350, makes for nice easy round numbers for me, so that your total project was $400,000. That means if you're paying cash, you'd have to come up with $400,000. Okay, so let's also assume today that your land is not paid for and that you're going to close on that at the time of your construction loan with your construction contract. So you need to have funds available for the entire amount, $400,000. You haven't put any money down on land at all, okay? So let's just talk about the first scenario of 5% down. So 5% down, which that dollar amount's 5% on your overall project, the 400. So that means that your down payment requirement is going to be $20,000. The lender is going to give you $380. And you can say, well, John, where's that money going to? Well, if you're putting $20,000 down and at the closing, you've got to pay that seller for the land, $20,000 is going to go of your own money. So your money is going to go towards the 50. And then what they're going to do is they're going to draw off of your 380 construction loan. So another $30,000 for land for the balance. And that's going to make up your $50,000. Now, again, if you think about this, if we say that your construction loan was $380 and you just drew $30,000 off of it to go with your cash, you can see here the balance of your construction loan is $350. That's exactly the dollar amount that you need up here to pay for the balance of your construction. Okay? So I hope that helps with that piece of it, so you can kind of see what that looks like. Now let's jump up and say, well, John, if I do 5% down, I'm gonna have to pay PMI, or private mortgage insurance. And that's an insurance that the lender requires you to carry for that small down payment in case there's a default. That insurance is going to cover the lender. It's not like an accidental death or disability insurance. All it does is cover the lender against possible losses that they may have in the case that they have to go through a foreclosure process and take that house back, okay? So that PMI is typically, there's a lot of different ways it can be calculated, but typically it's based upon a monthly payment as part of your mortgage payment. But you say, hey, John, if I put 5% down, I know that I'm gonna have to pay this private mortgage insurance or PMI. I don't wanna do that. I wanna go to 20% down. Or maybe your lender's gonna require you to do 20% down, okay? So again, 20% down, that's $80,000 on your overall project, right? So on 80,000, when you go to close, they're actually taking $50,000 of your money to pay for the land anyways, and that's going to leave in an escrow account an additional balance of $30,000. So again, if you think about this, if you're borrowing 20% down, so requirements, 20% down, that means your loan amount's $320. So there's your loan amount. This was held in escrow after they paid for your land. There's the $350 again to pay for your construction project. Okay? So I hope that gives you an idea how down payments work inside of a barndominium construction loan, so you can get at least a sense of how that looks. So now, hey, for more information about the land, and let's say the land is already paid for, or a portion of it's paid for, you've got a balance on that yet, we're going to provide you another video with more details on how that can actually work towards your down payment equity of some of these, going towards some of those amounts already. All right, so stay tuned for that next episode.